Hello Sagittarius, Happy New Year. Welcome to your reading for 2019. My name is Melanie and this is going to be your yearly overview in a few different areas of your life. This is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. I encourage you to take what you like and leave the rest. And hopefully something will be of use for you guys. So I'm using two different decks today. I use the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition deck, of which you can see most of the cards. Then I like to pull a card from a deck called the Dreamtime Reading Cards as sort of an overall theme card for the year. I use these cards, from this book, this deck, more as like oracle cards. The Dreamtime is the Aboriginal Australian spiritual belief system. These are really beautiful cards, beautiful pictures and meanings. Anyway, I'm going to read from the booklet at the end of the reading about that final card there. So just diving right in. The cards that came out for you guys are representing 2018, past energy, areas of focus, lessons learned, things that you were working on. You have the Seven of Wands. Across the back there we go into 2019 and different areas of your life. The first area being love and relationships. You guys have the Queen of Cups card. The second area being money and financial issues. The Ten of Coins, otherwise known as the Ten of Pentacles. The third card across the top there in the area of work or study or hobbies for Sagittarius 2019 is the Hermit card. In the area of spirit and spirituality you have the Knave or the Page of Cups. And finally in the area of health you guys have the Three of Cups. And in the bottom right hand corner there, representing possible obstacles that may come up for you guys this year, you have the Queen of Wands, and any possible helpful tools to be mindful of this year, you have the Magician card. So diving right in, we can see that you guys have three Cups cards for this year and three different areas of your life. So Cups are about feelings, emotions, matters of the heart, relationships, family, friendship, intuition, spirituality. So there might be quite a focus on that area of your life this year, or kind of using feelings or being more in tune with feelings, being more mindful of them this year in different areas of your life. Well, we'll just see how that pans out, obviously. So starting with last year in 2018, kind of as a bit of a theme card, what lessons may have come up or what may have been the focus for you guys, positive energy. The Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands card is about challenge, competition. It can mean that you felt a bit under attack from sort of enemies, but fundamentally you believe in yourself, you believe in your path, you believe in what you stand for. You're in a position of strength in that regard, and you're standing up strong in ignoring self-doubt, ignoring others, pushing ahead, persevering, and sort of fighting back against people perhaps who don't believe in the things that you do. So it's kind of it's a card of winning, but through a position of advantage, coming from your personal integrity, your personal strength. It's about coming up with creative solutions to a problem or hurdles, and sort of having to have sort of find new ways, different ways, creative ways of coming up with that. This card could mean too that you're at some point last year your beliefs were put to the test, and ultimately about fighting for what you believe in. So maybe last year there was this kind of a bit of a thread weaving its way through 2018 of having to ignore the doubters and fight for what you believe in, whether that's something externally, something internally, something that you're working on, a project, so I say a relationship you were in, where you kind of had to defend yourself in some way, but ultimately you knew what was right and you stood up for yourself, faced the competition and the challenge, and more or less came out on top. So that sounds like it was perhaps a bit draining for you guys, but if anything, I hope that it sort of really solidified who you are about, what you want, where you're heading in life. Bit of a test, really. Okay, now moving on to 2019. Here we are. The first card in the area of love, and relationships the card that came through for you guys from the universe was the Queen of Cups, an absolutely beautiful card, and a beautiful card to have in this area of your life. The Queen of Cups represents, can actually represent a woman, but the Queen of Cups typically is a gentle and affectionate woman. She's very emotionally stable and secure, very calm, compassionate, intuitive, really feels very deeply, is very composed with her emotions, in control of them. She may be a little impractical at times, a little bit too much in touch with her in other people's feelings and all feelings in general, and perhaps not enough rational thought there, but overall quite a balanced, deeply kind of nurturing energy, you know, taking care of yourself, taking care of others, being very devoted to friendships and family, quite a wise, mature energy, happy to be of service, a sense of sort of a pleasure and success, showing kind of tender love. So yes, a wonderful card to have in the area of love and relationships, which essentially means that what you want and hope for is coming your way. That fulfillment, you know, deep emotional fulfillment is coming in 2019. It encourages you to really follow your gut instinct and to trust your feelings in relation to a relationship this year. Of course, that could be an intimate relationship, it could be friend relationship, family relationship, work relationship, or your relationship with yourself. This is a card to remind you that you, right now this year, you will have a lot of direction and power in yourself to make things happen, particularly in this area of love and relationships. It's a reminder to just be in control of your emotions, to be in touch with them, to be responsible with your feelings, not let them run the show, but ultimately a really rich, enriching, positive, fulfilling year emotionally for you guys in the area of relationships and love. Moving on to the area of 10 of coins, or 10 of pentacles, 10s being the end of a cycle, and the 10 of coins card represents wealth. It represents sort of inheritance, the cyclic nature of, I guess, money and things passed on through the family or through generations, passing, whether that's passing on of money, passing on of wisdom, of knowledge. It's a card about sharing material success, having wealth now, wealth in the future, that happiness is a long time coming. It's about long lasting, something practical and tangible that is long lasting. Even though perhaps this year you won't feel, well, maybe not starting out feeling this way, but that something positive financially is coming, and because of the good choices you have made at some point. This is a card of prosperity, of gain, of success, of family matters typically, so some sort of financial gains perhaps through the family maybe coming your way. Can be about also looking at your own say family, your own house, your own domestic kind of responsibilities, your budget, your savings, the family home, that kind of thing. So maybe this year there will be, I think it's a very positive card to have in the position of money and finances, that you will have abundance of something tangible, so whether that's actual money or more to do with the house and home, and something to do with the family. Whether if it's not your immediate little family unit, but your wider family, where you've come from, family origins, something kind of being passed on to you, something that you may inherit, and perhaps sharing this with friends, or something is being shared with you in this way. So a fantastic card to have in this area of your life for 2019. So I guess if things do ever get a little bumpy in this area, this is a card just encouraging you to have faith, because things will right themselves and resolve, and you will get through tough times. Maybe even leaning on family at times, you know, it may need to happen. Being a 10, it does mean the ending of something and the beginning of something new. typically. So the end of a cycle or kind of old energy in some way, and whether that's the ending of, meaning the death of something or someone, and then again through that, which, you know, I guess can be quite hard, but to have faith in the process and whatever is unfolding this year. Maybe too can be the end of perhaps bad financial decisions or difficult finances, and somehow you're coming into some money, or getting some wisdom about money, and that is setting off on a new path. Really good stuff. Moving to the area of work and study or hobbies, I've kind of chunked them all together for 2019 for beautiful Sagittarians. You guys have the Hermit. So the Hermit card, the Hermit himself is a wise old dude who chooses aloneness, who chooses introspection, who withdraws by choice from the world to contemplate, to seek the truth, to find enlightenment. It's a bit of a card of isolation and being on your own right now, or learning stuff totally on your own, but being really content in that. It's a card about soul searching, self-responsibility, sort of listening to your own inner guidance on something. You know, you can see he's lighting the way there, but he's lighting the way for other people, standing on top of a mountain. So he's already kind of at the peak, and he's really thinking about what's really important here in his life, and being very reflective on that, taking himself away to kind of really get to get to a place of contemplation, to think, you know, what is happening in my life right now? What is the meaning perhaps of my work or my study or my hobbies? This card suggests that this year will need, or you will be taking some time out, some time alone to really think about that. If you're, or this could be, you know, forced upon you, in that you may find yourself you may find yourself unemployed or between jobs, or needing to be self-employed at some point in time, or going purely to study something that you love. Possibly working for yourself, being a card about the self and aloneness, really. By choice, you may be considering, you know, how can I do that? How can I increase that in my life? This card encourages you to visualize and manifest what you want in the area of work and also money, and to sort of finding your own light, finding your own path in that through sort of solitude, reflection, introspection, contemplation. So I don't know if you work with groups of people, or in a group setting or environment, or you're studying at a physical, you know, campus, and you're wanting to change that, or some change happens in that you then go off to work on your own, or you go and study things on your own, or you just need to kind of take yourself away for a bit to think and work out what you want this year and where you're kind of heading. So a really beautiful, deep, contemplative card. And I think this card is saying you're really going to need to think quite deeply this year, and you want to, and not really seek that much advice from other people, but kind of more going within and coming to a place of really kind of grounded, solid energy about, and tuning into yourself about, you know, what is it that I really want to be doing with the hours and days that I have in my life, that I'm spending energy on in a work sense, or hobbies or study. Do I want to go out on my own? You know, do I need to shake things up in that way? So then moving on to the area of spirit and spirituality for 2019, you guys have the Knave, otherwise known as the Page of Cups. Pages are quite young energy, you know, representing typically sort of children, teenagers. Pages are messengers. They bring news of something. But it's a very kind of youthful, curious energy in a knave or a page. And this is a Knave of Cups. So this card, this is about kind of a youthful spiritual energy in the area of spirituality, of sort of emerging, you know, I guess children and teenagers are developing and emerging in their personality. So this card is encouraging you in this area, I think, that or saying that there might be some emerging intuition or stronger connection to that. You might be sort of developing some more psychic abilities. receiving more messages from the universe or from God or whoever you choose to believe in, and that really encouraging you this year to pay attention to any messages that come through, whether that's dreams, gut feelings, weird, quirky, spontaneous things, that synchronicity, those kind of things that happen. But it's about sort of new growth, fresh new growth, young energy kind of growing in this area. And that you may be developing some really good ideas and abilities through meditation, through sort of self-study and reflection, and really tuning into messages coming through from the universe. So I think this is saying that there's going to be a better connection, I guess better communication almost between you and spirit, the divine, and it's going to be a very positive relationship with renewed vigor and new energy about it. Like I said, really kind of youthful, innocent, childlike, curious, kind of like, wow, like somebody who wants to learn and study something perhaps new in this area. So maybe a new relationship with whatever you believe in will be showing up for you this year, which is really positive and emotionally, I think, rewarding and satisfying. The key message is to just be on the lookout for messages that you feel are coming through. Really listen to them, tune into your gut, tune into whatever you see as kind of a message of delivery from the divine. I think it'll be really important. Finally, moving into the area of health for 2019 for Sagittarians, the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups card is a card typically of celebration, of joy, of fun, of community, of real connection with loved ones, with family, with other groups, connection on a deep emotional level. This card represents healing, victory, problems being solved. It's a card of pleasure, socializing, celebrating, coming together with family members, playing kind of thing, resting and celebrating. Whoops, that's my computer there beeping at me. Celebrating after sort of hard work. This card encourages you to kind of get out there and have fun. Life isn't always about work, it's about play as well. In relation to the area of health in your body, if you are socializing, maybe this year you will be socializing a lot more or engage with lots of other people somehow, which is kind of interesting given that you've got the Hermit card there. But maybe in other areas of your life, things are becoming a bit more active and social. And this card is just encouraging you to be, not to go to extremes in that in terms of indulgence. Obviously, if you're invited to a lot of stuff, there may be food, there may be booze, there may be lots of kind of crazy things going on, and you might want to party all night, not get enough sleep, overindulge. This is a card warning against, in the health area, overindulging too much to do with celebratory times or social activities. To still be gentle and kind to yourself through kind of the good times that you're having, because we always need to kind of get up the next day and go to work or attend to the duties and responsibilities that we have in our lives. So just a bit of a warning about that, but otherwise I think quite a positive card, but in the area of health, but just don't overindulge too much. Moving on to obstacles that may show up this year for Sagittarius, you guys have the Queen of Wands card, and the Queen of Wands is a suit of sort of fire, of passion, of creativity, of energy, a force of power, of spontaneity and stuff like that. The Queen of Wands is the lady of the manor. She's charming, friendly, very magnetic. She's warm, she's exuberant, she's vibrant, she's determined, She has a good problem-solving approach and can think creatively, about how to solve things. The Queen of Wands is quite in touch with her shadow self. She's confident, she's courageous, she's determined, a real social butterfly. So, on that note, it's particularly given I've just been talking about the Three of Cups in the area of health, perhaps as an obstacle, again, be cautious of the amount of socialising that you are doing, because I suspect there's going to be more activity in that area this year You know, which is interesting in terms of the Queen of Cups coming up in that area there of love and relationships. Maybe you will really be building some really good, strong, deep emotional connections this year through people that you are connecting with, and there may be a lot of perhaps temptation and a little bit of neglect because you're so busy kind of being out there, socializing and connecting with other people, and kind of meeting a tribe, you know, hanging out with people who have a like-minded belief in something, or a like-minded community, you know. This card, because she's in the you can't see it there, but in the image on the card on a sort of more traditional tarot deck, there is a black cat in the picture. And like I said, this is a woman who's in touch with her shadow side. So I guess as an obstacle, be wary of your shadow side being a little bit too much prominent, being a bit too loud this year, or encouraging you to get more in touch with that side if it starts to run the show a bit, or you start sort of denying yourself, or that to explore those parts of yourself that you're hiding from others. You know, when we go out to the world, we often want to present a game face. You know, we present a bit of a mask, and we don't, because we want to deny certain things, or we're ashamed of certain things. Whereas the Queen of Wands in her true self, I think, is in touch with those things and is mindful about that and is not ashamed of all aspects of her. So perhaps take risks. Maybe you naturally want to hide certain things of yourself, and this card is encouraging you to take risks and express yourself to others so you can be more authentic and real. I have the belief that if you show all of yourself to someone and they don't like it, then they're not for you. You know, if they say, oh, you're too much, or you're too this, or you're too that, yeah, you are for that person. So that person isn't a good person to have in your life. We all need to be as authentic as we can, and then we find people who love that and celebrate that in us, and that's very much what I would encourage you guys to do. Finally, moving on to any what maybe you've used helpful tools this year. You guys have the Magician. Awesome card. I like this card. This is a card of new projects, starting new things, a new part of your life. This is a card about having all the tools. On this card, the Magician has all the little symbols and tools there from all suits. So he's got a cup, he's got a wand, he's got a coin or a pentacle, and he's got a sword. So you actually have all the things within you to get where you want to go. You know, so maybe you, with the Hermit there, you take a lot of time this year in and out, or a chunk of time to really reflect on yourself, and then you come to an understanding that, hey, the power is within me. I actually have all the ability within me. I have all the tools to fulfill goals. This is a card about being skillful, resourceful, you know, kind of channeling divine energy into yourself and then into the earth, that all things are possible, that there's sort of unlimited potential here. In the card you can see that infinity symbol, so there's no end, there's no beginning, and all things are possible. Everything you have is sort of at your fingertips in a way. It's a card of manifesting, of being able to harness the power within you and outside of you, in nature, in universe, you know, whatever you kind of believe in, the skills you have, what you learn, you know, it's a big card, I reckon, of manifesting and starting something really new and getting kind of divine connection and inspiration. So I guess in terms of helpful tools, do not forget that. You know, you probably have and know way more than you think you do. Perhaps you've been doubting yourself a bit, or being a bit out of touch with yourself or the universe, or thinking, you know, someone else can do it better, it's all been done before, what new can I offer, or I'm really interested in this but I kind of doubt myself, can I really do that? Absolutely you can. Believe in yourself, it's all there inside of you, and I suspect too, if you ask for help, it will be granted this year, because this is a card saying you're going to get where you want to go. You have all the tools, they're right there at your fingertips. This is a card, you know, this is the number one card of the major arcana. It starts with 0, the Fool, starting off on that new journey in life with free abandon, woohoo, off I go. And then we have number 1, so there's something brand brand new, you know, and kind of perhaps using brand new skills and tools to get you where you want to go. So believe in yourself, believe in the universe. I think you're very supported this year in what you choose to do. This is a card encouraging you to trust God, trust the universe, manifest the stuff, visualize stuff, meditate on stuff, take action. This is a card of action. And again, I think with the Hermit card there, we have that kind of encouragement to reflect, to medicate. Oh my God, don't medicate, meditate, you know, kind of thing. So I think a couple of dual messages there about listening to yourself very much, and not getting too swayed by other people and getting too caught up in what they believe and want, and not getting too caught up in the partying scene, even though you may want to, because there's some really positive connections going on this year for Sagittarians. On that note, I'm now going to read from this booklet here about Campfire Storyteller, which is came out for you guys as an overall theme this year. So I'm just going to read now from the booklet. The campfire plays a large part in the lives of traditional Aboriginal Australians. It is used as a source of warmth, a way to cook food, and a meeting place. Fire is a tool used in ceremony and ritual. Traditionally, it was a way of managing the environment and clearing areas ready for new growth. Families and kinship groups would gather together around campfires to share meals, to sing and dance and connect with each other. That's interesting, I think, with the Three of Cups there. Connection, celebration, coming together with family, with loved ones. It was also a place where knowledge was shared, stories were told, not only the Dreamtime stories we may be familiar with, but stories of everyday happenings were also retold and enjoyed. There was an intergenerational transferal of knowledge as well. My God, how weird is that? That's there with the 10 of Coins there, talking about things inherited and passed on through the generations. And here it is coming up again with the Campfire/Storyteller card. As the elders shared their stories with the younger generations and enjoyed watching them grow, learn and try new things. The Campfire card reminds you that everyone has a story to tell and that no one knows your story better than you. I think that's a Magician card there. You got to believe in yourself, and the Hermit there. When you draw this card, it's time to gather with your family and friends. There we go. And share some of your own personal experiences. When you share your story, you allow others to learn from you. And I think that's about being authentic too, and having those real authentic connections, which I really think are totally possible and happening for you guys this year, as evidenced by the Queen of Cups. It's important also to listen to others and allow them to share their stories with you. Everyone has something to share, some knowledge that you did not yet know. Knowledge can come from the most unlikely of people and places, so value the sharing of wisdom whenever you get the opportunity. Oh, beautiful card. Beautiful card. An overall theme for you guys in 2019. The storyteller being around the campfire. I mean, what a beautiful image that is. So look, Sagittarians, thank you so much for listening and watching this reading. I hope it's been of use for you in some way, shape or form. Like I said at the beginning, take what you like and leave the rest. But I'm really grateful that you've taken the time to listen to me. Look, I wish you all the best. If you like this reading, you know what to do. And I do monthly readings as well. Feel free to check in and tune into that, or otherwise come back at some other point in time and check this out and see if did this resonate. Come check in 6 months, 12 months, see how it went. Anyway, all the best for 2019.